Oh, wait a minute. Espera un
Okay,
momento.
now we're live.
Now we're live. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Lauren and David and Alex on the box.
Yay.
Alex is working the box. Look at that head, buddy. A lot of you are going to... Me and Lauren have both been broke in Vegas on a few occasions, so we can give you some personal... But we have some fantastic stories for you.
Yes, we do.
But we have some... First, SafeNest is our SafeNest.org. If you're looking to, you got a little extra money, you want a little extra money, and you need a little extra coffee, they have some coffee for sale. You just go to SafeNest.org. We're partnering with them. They're our new charity, besides our own Path Up initiative. And so on our website, CEGDealerschool.com or CEGDealers.com, we have a Path Up initiative. Any money that you use towards on that you give, it's just a button.
Yep.
We use it toward getting black and whites, haircuts, and we get discounts on It's sort of a midway scholarship. So if we find students who can't afford some of the classes,
right,
we find a way to give them.
Cost.
We help them with the costs. The other day someone was able to get Baccarat. So they went through Blackjack and Roulette, and we couldn't find a job that really needed roulette with them. So we gave them Baccarat, and they were able to get a job. But thank you so much for being here. We only have a few. I'm gonna get to the announcements really quick. Get those out of the way.
Go for it.
And then going broke in Vegas is gonna be. I mean, you guys should stay tuned because this is gonna be a lot of fun. We have some great stories, man. We have really had some great. All right, so we have the birthday bash. Those of you at our top tier on Patreon, you'll be getting the lanyard early for an extra person, or even if you're not coming, you'll have a lanyard, so you'll have that to
Yep.
A lanyard, dude. Look at it.
It's
beautiful.
We went
all out with this one. We spent real money this time. It's been a learning process. It's like our fourth lanyard, and they keep getting better. We keep listening to you guys. We got the ones with the cutaway.
Well, in the beginning, we didn't know. We didn't know what the quality was, so
yeah.
obviously
it's been a
get what you pay for. So
and then we have, listen to this, we have ceramic chips we're going to be giving out with our very own Mar designed these. With the tiger. You can't really see it. It's a bit faint. It's on a ceramic, but we're giving those out to everybody that's going to be with us. That's got some
weight to it.
So if you're gambling, and we're going to have some really cool prizes. So August 17th to 21st, this is your last opportunity to RSVP before we max out. We're pretty much maxed out on some events, but you can go to the birthday bash link on casinoquest.biz, B-I-Z, and casinoquest.biz, and there's a big birthday bash button. You hit the button, and it takes you to the page. You can find out everything.
Yep.
We have about 150 people plus coming so far, Lauren. So far.
That's amazing. I just want to throw this out there.
Yep.
There's plenty of seats at the bingo hall.
There are. So, by the way, I have really good news for you.
Yeah?
I do. I have really? Yes, I forgot to tell you. Might as well tell you on here. So we have a casino that you like that might be letting you do bingo. We finally are in the end.
Really?
Bingo for CEG. Yeah, locked up.
Nice.
And this is unusual because most bingo halls, you can't really film. They really have to give you a space.
Right.
Because they don't want everybody else on camera. You know what I mean?
And they want it quiet in there, so you're not really supposed to talk to the camera.
Yeah.
So because it disturbs people, but
I might have some really good news for you. Really good. We won't say who, but we've been having a lot of conversation. All right, so
I'm very excited. Let me ask Alex a quick question.
Go.
Alex, have you posted any of my bingo videos anywhere?
Huh? No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
That's okay. I was just going to say, if anybody's ever watched my videos that may or may not be posted, you'll see I'm really quiet. I only talk in between games,
really?
Yeah, because
they
you
know
can't
you.
talk during
They
the game.
know you. They see you.
They do.
You don't want them flipping you off in the middle of their hot chocolate, dude.
Or kicking me out.
Or kicking you out.
I mean, they could throw the hot chocolate in my face and say, "Get out." That would
Lauren's
be horrible.
86 at a bingo hall.
Oh my God,
that'd be rough, dude.
My
what
heart
would you
just
do?
skipped a beat.
What would you do?
I don't know.
All right, so let's.
Okay.
So we have. What do we have? So we have. I mean, we have a store, shopcasinoquest.com. We're getting busy at the store, so if you'd like to come down and learn some games, play some games, have some fun, casinoquest.biz, book your reservation.
Yep.
It's not a perfect thing, but we're working on upgrading. All right, so that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. Do I have anything else, Alex? Oh, birthday bash. So birthday bash, August 17th to 21st.
Right.
The 19th and the date. That's going to be the festivities here. We're having it catered, dude. We have a fantastic caterer.
Oh, they're amazing.
And we're going to go. They convinced us to go with nicer food. So originally I was like pizza party. And they're like, listen. You got to pull all it out for,
Yeah.
So we're gonna spend some money. We might have to work some back alley somewhere to raise some X. But, we'll do what we
okay?
can.
You all right?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
Good.
And we
I
got
don't know.
these
You
new
said we're going to
t-shirts.
spend some money. I thought maybe you were going to.
Yeah.
Here, do you need me to?
Yeah, spam me down. We got these shirts, by the way. These are brand new.
Nice.
And they fit comfy, dude.
And they're soft, too.
They're very
noticed.
soft.
Very soft.
And, people are going to want to fill you up in this shirt. Uh-oh, we froze.
Yes, my bad.
We are
We're frozen. I don't know if you guys can still hear us.
No, I don't think we're actually frozen. Are we frozen?
No, I think it's
actually?
just the picture. I think they can still hear us.
Wow,
So-
look at that. That's a good way to be frozen. Can they still
Right.
hear us, Alex?
Yes, they can still hear us.
Okay.
Okay,
All
we're
right,
back.
there you go. Oh,
It
wait a
unplugged.
So
minute.
excuse my fanning, but I actually
Yes.
forgot to bring my fan, and you
Yeah.
know me, always hot.
Yeah, she is
So,
hot, dude.
whew.
You go to our school, it's like
So
40
hot.
degrees in the back. Whenever Lauren steps in,
That's
she
right.
just lowers
First
the
thing I
AC,
do is
little
go to the
icicles.
thermostat.
Swear to God,
I
dude.
do.
But yeah, these shirts fit nice, dude. Oh, they
Yeah,
said they were
looks
David
good.
friendly.
Looks good.
Because I like when they're fitted up top and not so fitted down below. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Where
Yeah.
it just like, fits down. But these fit great. You guys are going to love it. And they're not too nipply, dude. They're not too nipply. Unless that's like your big asset.
They're well, it depends on who you are and what
Oh
you're
my
looking for.
God. I'm always
So-
nipple shamed, dude. I'm ridiculous. Anyway, we
Are
got to
you?
get to
'Cause
the.
Alex is nipple shamed a lot
No, that I believe.
by me.
That I believe. All right, Alex.
Sorry.
It's Alex's birthday bash, and so he's excited.
Hey, Alex, when's actually your birthday?
My actual birthday is August 25th. It's on
Oh,
a
okay.
Thursday.
Wow.
Okay.
But
Virgo for any of
they were
astrology
running
lovers.
competing events that day,
Got
so
it,
we had it,
got
and
it.
we've already been shopping. We have a tacky gambler contest 2 days in a row. We got 4 prizes and follow-ups. Oh, I just heard a bing. Is that a
Yes.
good bing?
Yes. Go ahead and finish.
All right, we got 4 prizes, so we have tacky gambler.
Right.
Alex is quite literally the tacky gambler.
Tackiest
of-
gambler I have ever
Exactly.
known.
By the way, he is so much fun to play with.
Oh, so much
Because
fun.
winning or losing, he just loves. He
Yes.
just loves being in action,
Yes.
and so you have a
Yes.
lot. Alex is, as much as you see him on Twitch, everything else. That's how he is. He's like that all the time. We
And
love that.
I'll tell you what, most of the time he plays
Yeah.
craps, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really play craps, and I kind of getting to understand
Yeah.
it a little bit more
Yeah,
now.
he's-
But I've been at the casino and watched him play, and not even played, and
Yeah.
had a fantastic time
Yeah,
watching him play.
No, he's a lot of fun.
Oh,
too.
so much fun.
And then you hear him from a mile away. You're like, oh my God, who's that? That's
Yeah,
Alex. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
People all the way down the hall, like, oh my God, it's Alex.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
We
right.
love it. Hey,
He throws in a couple hooyahs.
no, he's
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not old and tired like
No,
us.
I
Sorry.
know,
Okay?
right? He's still a youngin.
All right, so Friday, then Saturday, we're going over to Westgate.
Yes.
We're literally gonna just own the whole flipping casino floor, basically.
Yes.
We got tables open for us. We're gonna do slots first. So each of us, Lauren is gonna have a group with her.
Yep.
Might be the smallest group. We don't know.
Might be the biggest.
Might be
group.
the biggest group.
You don't
Alex will
know.
have a group with him. I'm gonna have a group. So basically, we're gonna create spots
Yep.
inside the casino based around the games we like.
Yep.
And we're gonna be giving stuff away to people who win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
we feel sorry for who aren't winning. So if you really suck, and you don't have any skills at playing slot. Is there skills, slot skills?
There could be a prize for the biggest winner, and there could be a prize for the biggest loser.
Oh,
Who
that's
knows,
me.
right?
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be the Keno crowd. We're gonna have to reserve a few things for us. No, the Keno. I hit Keno again the other day, dude.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got a new Keno partner. I'm gonna test him out.
So let me ask you this: when you hit Keno the other day,
Yeah.
did you cash out?
No.
Ah,
I didn't
damn.
cash out. That's why we're broke in Vegas, dude.
Right,
That's
that's right.
why we're broke in Vegas. That's what the whole show.
I don't know about you, but I find that when I play, for some reason, I don't know, I always get the machine that doesn't have a cash out button.
Really?
Yeah. I
No,
don't know
literal no cash out button.
No, not literal no cash out
Oh,
button.
you can't
I'm just
find
saying,
it?
I can't
You
find
lose
it.
Oh god, that happens sometimes.
It
All right.
happens too often. I don't
Let's
like
go
it.
to the ding. I heard this ding. Those are big dings. Dude.
Yes,
We like those
yes.
dings.
Okay.
Go ahead. What do you got?
So we do have 2 super chats
Ooh.
from Mr. Alan Toy. Thank you so much. $5 super chat. He says, request David for the 10-minute blackjack challenge. No, wait a second. Request David.
I know.
Wait a
Are you
second.
sure you read that right?
He said,
Blackjack?
request David for the 10-minute BJ challenge, Lauren for the 30 roll, and Alex for the roulette challenge.
Oh, that doesn't make. I mean,
No, that doesn't make any
Lauren
sense,
for
but-
craps.
Yeah.
It's
Why
gonna be
not?
like it's gonna be 2 hours long.
Yeah.
You have to phone it in, dude.
Yeah. All
She
right.
doesn't know what a $12 six pays.
We have,
You have
uh,
to like look it up.
We have
I know.
one more
What if
super
you tell me the
chat.
odds,
And
I
the
can
other
figure
one?
it out.
Yes. One more super
love
chat.
it,
It's
Alan.
from Sizzler Forever, 10-pound super chat,
Oh,
$15
that's like
US.
$1 million.
How much do I have to donate to get bro hugs from Dad? David, Alex, and Dennis. There you go.
We'll give you a bro hug. Those are free, dude. Just come out here. We're all about it. Dude.
Yeah.
We're huggers, dude.
Yep.
We're all huggers.
We love to hug it out.
Nah, we really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, let's get to the stories. You ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna get right to it. I got some. First of all, you should know that coming to Vegas is not always wins, dude. And
True.
you know, us having a school, you know, there's a lot of people that come to Vegas for the win. And they get it all planned out. So my first is gonna be a short story. Then I'm gonna leave it. Then I'm gonna give it to you because I have 2 longer stories.
Okay.
But they're all fantastic, dude.
I have just a bunch of little short stories about some of them are about myself.
Oh yeah. Oh
some
no.
of them are about other people.
There's a reason I have Lauren showing up at this. Lauren has some stories, dude. Lauren has
Reason could
stories.
be.
I know. I just want to know where. Okay, but so Lauren has some fantastic stories. So let me start. I got to pull up my thing because I have. So as a school, and by the way, we are gonna put a light on this and let you know that if you're planning to come to Vegas, you got to have some self-control, dude. You know what I mean? If you come here with any kind of problems, those problems can escalate quickly. You follow?
Very quickly.
Make sure your kids can read too, by the way, before you come, because they're not going to learn here. Our school system is 50, 49, 50, 49.
Something like that.
It goes back and forth.
So
We're listen, you got to
not real high up
the
there.
few things you got to shore up is make sure your wife loves you. Okay.
A lot.
Come with a lot. Because going broke and dateless, going dateless in Vegas is another story.
That's another
We'll have Alex on for that one.
What?
A little bit.
What was that?
We said going dateless in Vegas. I said I'd have you on for that one too.
Right.
So it's you really want to, because you know this is like you know, my friend used to relate it to like, if you come from like a small town in like the Midwest, right?
Yep.
You're like the big fish.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you
Yep.
meet somebody and they're the big fish, and then you come here and you're like, okay, someone drained the pond on me. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Fish flopping around. at the
Now I
bottom.
got to rework the fish dynamic.
Yeah.
You follow?
Yeah.
So make sure you're in total love. Make sure you got the prenup working, the marriage going. Just come prepared.
Yeah.
Your kids really, you're gonna, you know, if you come here with young kids.
I'll tell you what, the schools aren't that bad if
You go to private school.
you're a proactive parent.
Okay.
You have to be a proactive parent. You have to help them with their homework. You have to keep up with the teachers and make sure the assignments are getting done and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're not a proactive parent, oof.
Yeah. They let you phone it in here, by the way. So I mean, they literally, if your kid, don't let your kid drop out. They can go to this. They have this technical school, right? You just dial it in 1 day a week. That's it. Kids love it. They get 1 day a week. They got to do homework a couple days. Done. They get an actual diploma.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's edible, but hey. I mean,
I was
you know
gonna
what I'm
say,
saying?
I don't know how
It's
much
a Swiss
the
cheese
paper is worth,
flavored
but
diploma. All right. So I always tell people, especially people call the school all the time, and they're like, hey, how much is it for a weekly? How much is it for a house? All these questions.
Yep.
You know, I want to move out. And one of the first conversations by the way, we have families that call us. A husband. We have this family from Florida.
Okay.
Called us, said, listen, we're coming out there with our kid. He's going to be 21. All he's ever wanted to do is be a dealer. What do I need to know? And, you know, being David, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I would have
Is
said
he
the
high
same
on
thing.
meth?
Ooh.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with becoming a dealer at 21. It's a great job.
it's
It
a
can be a
fantastic
great career.
job.
Absolutely.
But you gotta come prepared.
You have to be so careful.
You got to be careful because, okay,
really
so
do.
my first story, you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
So that's really the thing. Have a plan. Make sure that you come out here with enough money. I would prepay. If I'm sending my kids out here, if I was literally those parents in Florida and my kid was going to be out here to learn, the first 6 months, I would make sure they had a place to stay at the very least.
Yes.
Some kind of food, some kind of budget, so they can't screw that up.
Correct. When
You
David
follow?
says prepay, like prepay the apartment complex or the weekly rental place or whatever.
Yep.
Don't give it to your kid
Yeah,
and
no.
say make sure you pay the rent every
No.
month.
So,
Prepay.
so here's the thing. So my first story is a kid, a young guy, came out here.
Mm-hmm.
We were emailing each other for a long time. Young guy, 20 years old.
Okay.
It sounded like he had all his stuff together.
Okay.
He wanted to finish. He was going through some kind of school. He wanted to finish the school. Then he wanted to come out here. So he ends up coming out here, and he got a weekly. This is before the weeklies became, got more expensive.
Before there was. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they used
And-
to be really reasonable.
Yeah. So he didn't actually pay for the school. His mother did.
Okay.
And his mother calls me okay, before he actually enrolled, and was like, hey, what's the chances of him getting a job? You know, all the good questions, right?
Of course.
Good chance of getting a job. He's like, you know, my Johnny, his name is not Johnny. My Johnny's so smart, and he's so capable, and he's just the most wonderful, and I want to do this for him, and he's going to be out there. And guess what? There's also jobs here locally, but he wants to start in Vegas. And I thought, well, that's great. That's true. If you come from Vegas as a dealer,
that's right.
It goes a long way every other market.
That's right. Vegas experience is really, it comes in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a
very
girl.
Valuable.
We have a girl that right now going to work. Hi, I think she's listening, and then she's heading back to Seminoles in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And I will tell you, by the way, if you come out here, you want to go back to Florida, add poker. Poker's big.
Oh, okay.
I would add poker just as a backup. You could go in as table games. Go.
Is poker in Florida in the same department as table games, or
no,
is it,
different
it's
department?
Still separate?
You wouldn't be able to work
they've
both.
Got a lot of poker there.
A lot of poker.
Okay,
Poker's big. So
Got
if you can't get in on tables, poker. The one issue is, you know, Dice has not yet been. They're working on some issues with the cruises and the law and yada yada. But poker's big. When we went to Tampa, that Hard Rock Seminole, man, that poker room was nice, dude. I mean, really, that's a fantastic. All of you guys that are out there, if you're out there, if we have anybody out there, hello, how are you in Tampa? We love. It was raining out here. We know what Tampa feels like. It was raining here yesterday.
Monsoon. It was monsoon.
Yeah.
So humid.
We might have added a few
windy.
few blades of grass. All right, so this guy comes out here. So the mother calls me like a week earlier. Hey, my Johnny's coming out. Blah blah blah. I want to pay for the school.
Right.
And she paid for all the classes.
Right. Okay.
And just so you know, everything is $850. We give you a whole year.
That's right.
Okay, so that way because normally you'll get a job and then come back to the school, this kind of thing. So that's
right.
You
That's
get all
four
the games.
Four main games and 3 carnivals.
3 carnivals. That's right.
$850. 7 games for $850.
Dude.
That's a deal of a lifetime.
In LA or anywhere else, it's like $5,000, $7,000.
Yeah, there's
10,000.
even another school here that's like $10,000.
And more, $10,000. That's for 3 games. Let's not get crazy, Lauren.
Oh, that's
3
true.
games.
That's only 3 games. You're right. Okay.
And in fact, Alex is like $12,000 now, right? It's like 11. I don't know something. I know. We won't talk about them and their flipping billboard in our parking lot, will we? Will we, Lauren? We're not bitter.
No,
We're not petty like that.
But you know what the great thing about that billboard is?
Yeah.
People think it's ours.
No, they do. They think it's they stop.
They stop. They come in all the time.
We love
you
guys.
Hey, I saw your billboard outside. And we're like, come on in.
Yeah. We don't say anything. Yeah.
No, why would we?
You saw that big billboard, dealer school.
Cool.
Yeah.
It works.
Come on in. Yeah. That's happened a lot. Thank you guys, by the way. We appreciate it. Because here's the thing. Nobody reads, dude.
No, they just see the
phone
dealer and the
number's
big
on
old
there.
chip.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, oh,
the
there's
phone
a
number
dealer
and
school?
the name of the school is on there.
Yeah.
But they see look, there's the dealer. Look, there's the thing.
Their school starts with a C. Our school starts with a C. They're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. That
hey,
must be this place.
Whatever got you to
All
come
right.
in. We're good. Anyways, all right, so Johnny comes.
Yeah.
He signs up.
Yeah.
He's a young kid.
Yeah.
And you could tell he's a little anxious. He's a little nervous. He gets to the first day, and he comes into the school, and first 2 days, perfect.
Okay.
Then we don't see him for a couple days. He comes in one day. He comes in a couple days later.
Yeah.
And he looks like he woke up in a gutter.
Oh, jeez.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
So he's got all this shit in his hair.
Okay.
And he's got literally stuff in his hair, like he quite literally, because we have a bathroom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and this was when we were opened up earlier.
Okay.
So my guess is that he had either slept in his car, slept in the street, and he didn't have a place to either return to. I'm not sure what his transportation issue was, but he came to the school, went to the bathroom, and cleaned up.
Okay.
And then he was there, right? The very next day looks absolutely worse. And at this point, I'm thinking there's something going on. There's something general. So he has us talk to me, and he's like, listen, I may need to go back home, and I may need to get a refund. And I'm like, well, do I need to call your mother? and by the way, I meant that in a good way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because his mother, was like, come talk to me. She was very nice. And he's like, oh, no. I don't need a refund. He's like,
no.
He's like, but things haven't working out. I'm like, well, how are they not working out? Because they prepaid his weekly.
Right.
So my understanding was, get this, he had somehow subleased his weekly to recoup some of the money. He had lost every dime.
Oh, my God.
In the first couple days. And he was trying to figure out how to get to even just to get to classes. So he was asking me if we could pick him up
Oh,
and
my
I was
God.
like, so here's the thing. I actually asked him. I'm saying, well, where would you be? Where would I pick you up?
Right.
And he's like, well, I wouldn't know from day to day. I was like, well, how the hell am I gonna pick you up?
Right.
Because I'm if you're on the way, I don't mind picking you up.
Right.
Yeah,
of
we're
course.
having no problem with that.
Right.
I mean, you know, but on if I have to go to Henderson, I can't probably do that. I gotta open the school.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Of course.
So he's like, well, I'm gonna think about it. You know what I mean? So he comes back a day later, maybe not the next day, but another day later, and he's like sitting there in the seat, in the office, and he's having this debate with me about calling his mom. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know whether, you know, what do you want me to tell her? I mean, you know, he's like, well, I can't call my mom. And I'm like, I don't blame you, man. She'd be really disappointed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
don't you just finish the thing? He's like, well, I can't. He's like, okay, well, why don't you? I can't work with you if you don't tell me what's the matter, right?
Right.
Like, what's happening? Why
Right.
is this such a big deal?
Right.
And my firm belief is that before he came to Vegas, he had a drug problem. He got cleaned up somehow, but then he came in and it just like literally went off the rails.
Yeah.
He went gambling. He tried to chase. He lost all his money in 2 days. What I don't understand is she had prepaid the school and his living.
Right. But if the school's still prepaid,
Yeah.
and he subleased his
Yeah.
rental or whatever, and you have no money, you don't have a car.
Yeah.
You don't. You know. He's probably sleeping on the street. Who knows? He doesn't have any food.
I have
Right?
no idea.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
he was like, "You can pick me up." I'm like, "Dude," and then I don't understand how you're gonna overcome this issue. So after that, I never saw him again. Never heard from his mom. He never came in. I'm assuming that he convinced his, you know, whoever. We never saw him again. He
Right.
never asked for. He never came
Wow.
back.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now we don't take any position. Like I'm not gonna call his mom, and you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like I'm
right.
not gonna do anything like that. I don't know his mom. I don't know whether he's gonna come back.
No, and I would assume that he was okay because she didn't call you either.
No.
Like if she hadn't heard from him,
Yeah.
she would have called and said, "Hey, I haven't heard from my son. Has he been in school?"
Yeah.
Right? And that didn't happen.
No.
So I'm gonna assume that he was okay. Maybe he went
Let's
back
hope he was.
home.
He seemed like
right?
a really nice kid, smart kid.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You know, Alex
Uh-oh.
is waving at us. Hi,
Oh,
Alex.
once you're finished, I got a super chat. That's all.
Oh, well, I'm finished.
I
Let's
think
go.
that was it, right?
And then because
Okay.
I'm gonna pass to Lauren.
Okay. We do have a $20 super chat.
Thank you.
Super chat from Mr. Rob Barnes. $20. Thank you so
Rob.
much. Just showing my support. Can't wait to DJ with you all.
Oh,
Yay.
Mr. B, thank you, sir. By the way, we got you scheduled, so follow up. That time slot is yours. He knows. He
Okay.
knows what we're talking about.
I'm sure he does. You'll tell me after.
He knows what we're talking
All
about.
right.
He's good. It's the and then yeah. All right, Lauren, what do you got? I want to hear your
So,
story.
My
Really,
own
I'm
personal
waiting.
story?
I'm waiting for your story.
Oh, that's later.
I want to know how bingo and video. I want to know how you do it. I want to know how you do it.
Okay, so my first story is I was still breaking in. I was working in Laughlin, so this is 20-something years ago, right? Almost 30 years ago. And I was very new in this business. I went to school it took me 2 weeks to get through Blackjack, so that's all I learned was Blackjack. Got a break-in job, worked my break-in job for about 6 weeks, started learning other games like on the job. Then I went to my second job, which I still consider a break-in job because it was still so new and early. So this kid, and I'm going to say I was about 28 when I started. So this kid, no, I wasn't. I was about 26. Anyway, this kid who had to have been 21 in a day, I don't know, sits down at my table and he buys in for $200, $200 bills, right? And I make his change. And this is in Laughlin. We're talking probably a $5 table, maybe a $10 table back in Laughlin in
They had $10
1994, I think.
$10 table in Laughlin?
Maybe it was $5.
Who
Maybe
had
it was
$10?
$3. I
Might have
don't
been a
even
dollar
know. It
table.
might have been. It wasn't a dollar.
It might have been
Might
a
have been
quarter table.
3
Lauren.
or 5.
25-cent
No.
table, Lauren. Go ahead. What do you got? Go.
So
Okay.
he buys in and he's playing and he loses.
What casino was this at?
This was at the Flamingo Hilton.
Oh, that was a
which is-
nicer place.
Yes, which
Yeah.
was that's why it might have been a $5 or
Wasn't
$10
it Don
table.
Laughlin's Riverside?
It was not.
Was it?
No,
'Cause that'd have
it
been
was
the dollar
not.
table.
I did not work there.
Okay.
Flamingo Hilton, which is now called the Aquarius.
Ah,
Right? It's
love
not
the
the Flamingo
Aquarius.
Hilton anymore, but that was my.
That's Gold Entertainment, dude.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Aquarius. That's right.
Strat.
It sure is.
Same
Strat, Arizona
people.
Trail.
Love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
By the way, favorite casino in Laughlin.
Aquarius?
100%.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Best food,
Yes,
best amenities,
yes.
best everything.
Yeah,
Anyways,
very
go ahead.
nice.
Go ahead.
So he loses that $200. He takes out another $100 bill. He loses that, takes out another $100. He loses that. Now he takes out like some 20s and loses. And now he takes out some 10s and some 5s and loses. And now he's got like some 1s. Like his wallet is literally, that's it. And he buys in and he loses. And he's sitting there and he starts to cry.
Ugh.
And I go, oh my God, don't cry.
I'd be like, dude, cry.
But I
Let
was
it out.
brand new. I was,
Really?
I wasn't the
man.
hardened person that I am today.
Really?
I wasn't the hardened bitch that I am today.
Like, give me a hug.
Now I'd be like, please, just
I know. We're like,
vacate the seat so
You wanna
somebody
hug it
else
out,
can
buddy?
sit down. No.
I got you.
So he started to cry, and I went, oh my God, don't cry. What's wrong? And he said, that was my entire paycheck. I just lost my entire paycheck. He said, my wife is going to kill me. She's going to kill me. I don't know what to do. I can't go home. I can't tell her. That was my whole paycheck. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Terrible. So I get tapped out. I go on break. I'm feeling horrible because I just took all this kid's money.
No, it's your fault.
Right? Well, I'm in the business 6 months. What do I know?
Yeah, it's
right.
your fault. Totally.
So totally my fault. I feel
We
terrible.
got a lot of players out there. They're sympathizing with the dude. They don't have no mercy for you, buddy. All right, go.
So I go to the break room
Uh-huh.
and I say to the dealers, like, they can tell that I'm upset. And they're
Wow.
like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, oh my God, this kid just sat down at my game. He lost every dollar, his entire paycheck. He started to cry. I feel terrible. Oh my God, I just feel awful. And these dealers, hardened, cold-hearted,
Yeah.
bitch people that they are,
Yeah.
looked at me and said, you feel terrible? And I said, yes, I just took all of his money. He's like crying at the table. They said, you need to get out of this business right now and go find a new line of work.
Yeah. No.
And I went, what?
The question
What do you
is,
mean?
did he tip?
Well, I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
he didn't tip.
I doubt it. He was losing his ass, so
I know.
probably not. But they told me to get out of the business. They said, go right now. Just leave. Go tell them you quit and leave and go find something else to do. And I was like, why? Because if you feel bad, this is not the business for you. And I thought, these people are so cold-hearted. Oh, my God. How can they say that? This poor kid, they're so cold-hearted. And that was 29 years ago, 28 and a half years ago.
Wow.
And now.
That was pretty.
I'm
Now
like,
look at you, man. You're
kids,
like,
stop crying. You're getting the table wet. Just go
Yeah, I know.
cry over there so somebody else can
It does
like,
happen.
yeah.
You're a feeler,
Yeah.
though. You still feel bad.
I do. I
Yeah.
feel bad, but one of the things I teach at school when
Yeah.
I'm teaching the students,
Yeah.
never tell the players you're sorry.
Yeah.
Because it is
exactly.
not your fault. You're taking
I mean, it is
cards
your
out of a shoe or out of a, what'd you say?
I'm just saying, it's karma, dude. It's
Well,
your.
no, I'm just
you
saying.
suck as a dealer. You take my money. I hate you. That's all there is to it. What am I gonna do? Hate the cards? I can't hate the cards. It's
You hate
easier
the
to hate
cards. I'm just
people,
standing
dude.
here taking cards out of a, like I tell the new students, don't apologize because they're already going to blame you. The people are
Yeah.
already going to blame you for losing. So don't give them more ammunition. Don't give them a reason to think it's your fault.
Wow.
Because it's not. Right.
All right.
So that's my first real big losing story.
I got a great. So my story is gonna be. You guys are gonna love this story.
Okay.
And if it wasn't so ridiculous, I actually, years later, I actually met someone that was involved in what happened.
Okay.
And this is someone that I knew, not associated with the school.
Okay.
Came out to Vegas many years ago, and came with a camper to live in. Had this genius plan. What had been a dealer
Like an RV
somewhere,
kind of thing?
but a
Okay.
camper. He pulled pulls like a mobile home.
Okay.
But mobile homes aren't that mobile. His was mobile.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a home that was mobile.
Okay.
Not just a mobile home
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So he pulls this mobile home and he parks way the hell out there at Boulder. You know
Okay.
where they have the mobile home parks,
Of
okay?
course. Yep.
And he goes to work, and he works in security, by the way.
Okay.
He works in security, and he gets a job. I work with him at a certain casino.
Mm-hmm.
I hear about his whole thing. He invites me over to his mobile home, and I respectfully decline.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, I know where his mobile home is parked.
Right.
And at that time, I didn't have a license to carry. So I was
Okay.
like, dude, you can take that walk home by yourself. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he would tell me about how genius it was and how it was so cheap and he was living, so affordably. And because I was paying like $500 a month for a 2-bedroom. Remember when it was $500 for a 2-bedroom?
Yeah.
And I had a sprawling like
Long time
12,
ago.
1,300 square foot 2-bedroom. It was pretty good size. You
Got
follow?
news for you?
Yeah,
Those
it's not a
days
thing.
are so over.
By the way, my place came with utilities too, right?
Wow.
But his thing was like $150 plus a $60 hookup fee.
Right,
It was
right,
fantastic,
yeah.
right? So anyway, so he comes in one day, and he'd only been out in Vegas probably be like 3 months. But man, this guy just went on and on about how you should get an RV and just park it, and then you could drive it around. And I was like almost convinced, dude, almost. And so he comes in one day, and he's like, everything was stolen from inside my camper. They stole everything.
Oh no.
So he's like, you know what it is? It's like, I told you what it is. I didn't want to go over your place.
Look at where yeah, right.
We know it's a tough area. You had to know it was
Yeah.
a rough area.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, it's okay. They only got, the camper. At least they didn't get, because he had a truck and he was trying to, don't worry about it. It's not
Did they steal the camper itself, or they just broke in and stole everything in it?
No, they just broke in and stole everything in it. All right, but it gets better. But wait a minute, this is that's nothing. That's
But
nothing. Wait a minute.
there's
Wait a
more.
minute, there's more. Strangely enough, wait. Well, you got to hear the story. All right.
Okay.
So he decides he's gonna move he says, listen, it's not a big deal. I only lost I didn't have a lot of stuff. No big deal. So he moves his camper to this other sort of mobile home village area. I'll show you. It's off of Nellis. It's sort of in the same area, but it's more of a structured community
Okay.
of mobile homes.
All right.
And
Is it gated with an armed security guard?
no.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
Continue.
Anyways, so he parks it there.
Uh-huh.
He comes to work. He's there in his new thing. He's going on and on about, oh yeah, I found the perfect place. You wouldn't believe it. It's so convenient. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple of days later, they stole his windows, dude. They stole his windows off of his windows. They took the windows out of off the side of his damn thing.
Oh my God.
And he's like, how the hell did they take the window? Because it had to take a second. And
Yeah.
why didn't anybody say anything? Like
Yeah.
he's so shocked that nobody said, because no one does say
Nobody
anything.
cares.
No one cares.
Nobody's
in Vegas.
paying attention to
By
your
the way,
RV,
no one.
nobody's-
You don't even know your neighbor here sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
I just as a small, really quick caveat, there was one time I was renting an apartment, right? And I'm living upstairs, and this woman who me and my friend are living upstairs, and this woman moves in downstairs, and we see her every now and then, and I wave. I like to wave. I like to say hello.
Right.
Even if you're not having a good day,
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
wave and be friendly if I
Sure.
can. I'm not gonna stop and like get your whole life story, but
right.
I'm gonna say
But at
hello.
least hello. Right.
So I say hello to this girl after about a week. One day I get home and she comes up. She's knocking on my door furiously, and I open the door and she's bawling her eyes out, saying, "I've been here a whole week and I haven't made a single friend. No one likes me. I can't make." Welcome to Vegas, dude. It's
Right?
tough. That's why the school is great, because it's a community.
Yes.
And you come to the school. We have people that come to the school just to hang out because there's people.
Yeah.
We have an older guy right
Yeah.
now who's signed up just to be part of I don't even think he's ever going to get a job. He just wants to
I don't
be
think
there.
it wants to.
You know who I'm talking
I know
about? He just
exactly what
wants
you're
to be
talking
there
about.
and have fun and
He
meet
sits
people.
and plays with the other students.
loves it.
And he hardly ever gets behind the
Yep,
table.
we're gonna let him stay and
Yep.
have fun for the
Yep.
rest of his life. We don't care. All right, so the strangest thing is I found out who took his windows years later.
Really?
No kidding. Wait for it. It gets so good. It gets so good because this leads on to one of my stories about the house with no doors. There's a house with no doors. You guys are gonna love this. Okay.
House with no doors.
If you're a Patreon, you know this story, but I'm gonna share it today because this is about going broke and going stupid. But it's such a great story. So I find who years later I found out who took the flipping windows. Now, so they took the windows off of his thing, and no one said it. Apparently, you could take the windows off of these things. I know what I mean. Can you
Okay.
imagine going home and you have no windows? They took the
No.
windows off the back
No.
side.
Oh my
So he's
God.
like, well, he has to wait to get a paycheck to put the windows back on, have them installed, do all
Right,
the other
right.
stuff. Plus, he's working. He's security.
security.
He's security. You know how these things go.
yeah.
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 He's the
Okay.
nicest guy,
Alright.
by the way. He's just trying to make a buck, and
Yeah.
but he's, anyway. So a couple days later, he comes in and he's like, they took my appliances.
Oh my God.
I'm laughing now because they took his appliances. So they took off the windows so they can come back later. You know what's
steal the
and steal the appliances. The funniest thing is that the people that took his, I met the girl and her boyfriend who were part of the heist, who apparently ripped off. You know what the funniest thing was? You know what they told me? They didn't know that anyone lived there. That was their excuse for robbing his place.
Because it looked like, because he didn't have any stuff in his, oh my God.
Yeah, no stuff.
Oh my
And he was
God.
right. So they took it on themselves. They thought it was empty and abandoned.
Wow.
So they started just stripping it down. They didn't realize he actually lived there. And I hear this later, and I'm like, but how is that an excuse to go rob the place?
No.
Even if it is abandoned.
It's not,
What's your...
But that's funny.
Dude.
I mean, it's
So
not funny,
so
it's
I
sad,
meet this
but it's
girl
funny.
years later, and they were responsible for a whole slew because some of them were abandoned. Okay.
Right.
So this woman ends up in my condo because if you don't know, I lived at Crossroads, which had a serious meth problem, and that's where this other story comes in. You ready?
Okay.
Because I got to segue into this other story because it's
Okay.
all part of like going broke and stupid in Vegas.
Yeah.
So this woman comes into the middle of my condo. Now, Mike, I have this condo, okay, at this point, and I'm working from home. I'm doing data analyst. I'm a consultant. This was back in the time when I was doing casino consulting, stuff like this. So I mostly work from home. And I have this. It's a 3-bedroom, but it's a really well. So it has 2 balconies off to the side, one big like living room area, and then the bedrooms are just, there's no halls really. The bedrooms are just attached to the thing.
Okay.
So one big center thing. So this woman, who I find out is her and her boyfriend were the ones that stripped down these things. Okay. Because the reason why I found out is I took her home and there's the dude's. He had left. He had abandoned the trailer after that. He's got no windows, no appliances.
Nothing. Right.
He's got nothing
So
left.
what were they living in the?
They were just living 2 doors down, dude. They had all his shit
God.
stacked on their,
Oh
on
my
their
God.
patio. So listen to this. So she's in my living room, dude, and she's looking for her friend. Now her friend, okay, because I had a friend of mine that had a meth problem, and her friend is out back with this other dude and this one howling woman. So this woman had taken so many drugs she would resort to howling.
Oh my God.
So she was a fortune teller / howler.
Okay.
So when it would get she felt like she was communing with the moon.
Okay.
So when the
like a
moon
full
got to a
moon
certain
or
level,
whatever.
not even a full moon,
Okay.
just a certain level of the
All right.
moon, she would remove her others from her place and start howling. That's what we called her, the howling lady.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Makes
Yeah,
sense.
Sure, makes sense.
And they were this woman, her boyfriend was out back talking to my friend who was with the howling lady. And so the woman's in the middle of my condo, which is just one big ass room. And she says, I can't find my husband. I can't find my boyfriend. Well, I'm on one computer, and then my friend Mike is literally on a different computer. And my friend Mike goes, Marco, you know that?
Yeah, Polo.
And she said Polo. She fucking said Polo. I swear to God. That's how back crazy she was.
Oh my God.
She literally starts going Polo, and she starts looking around. I mean, and Mike's like, Marco. She's like, Polo. I mean, she ended up at the kitchen. Mike's right behind her. Like, where the hell are you going, lady?
God.
This literally happened. So not that day, but a couple days later, I drive her back, okay, and I drop her off, and holy crap, there's all my friends. There's like they right on their patio, right outside. It's like they were like, here's everything.
Wow.
And I find out they've been slowly collecting what they said they were salvaging.
Yeah.
These mobile homes for parts. I mean, this is what they do, dude. This is what they do. Okay, now it turns out that her best friend, if I don't know who I shared this story to, so me and Mike go. So we were active in our community, and we would have a lot of extra stuff, and instead of taking it to a thrift store, we would donate it to people who we knew could take advantage of whatever it was.
Sure.
You follow?
Yeah.
So so there's a day where we're going and we're stopping by this house to take some things to this woman we know, whose mother lives at where my condo. It's not I was renting it. It wasn't. It's like this really degraded. It was cheap but big, and that's what I needed at the time, and and we were gonna take so we took a duffel bag of stuff that had just a mixture of stuff in it to this woman who we knew was. Broke in Vegas. Let's just say broke in Vegas. What we didn't realize was how broke. Okay. So we get there and we're pull up to the side of this and we get this big duffel bag that we're going to contribute to her, and she comes running out. And there's there's a sign on their backyard. This is an actual full-size house with a big backyard. There's a sign on the backyard that says that the backyard's been condemned. Just the backyard though. Just the backyard, not the whole house, just the backyard. So if you look over the backyard, there's like refrigerators, stoves,
Oh, wow.
and some pit bulls, just in case you wanted to jump in there and grab something.
Got
So
it.
we're like, all right. So we see her, she has us walk around the front. And what do we notice? There's no doors on her house. They sold the doors on her house.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even know you could. Who buys doors from a working house? Now, it gets better because this is what Broken Vegas is really about. Before we're able to get to her front door, a woman, her car stops in front. So we're on the side, and then we're going around to the front, and then she has a walkway.
Okay.
A woman stops and gets out with 2 kids. 2 kids.
Okay.
2 little kids.
Okay.
The woman takes about 4 steps up on the walkway to this person's house and stops and looks around because I'm guessing she sees that there's no doors.
Yeah.
And if you look into the kitchen, which we hadn't yet seen, there's stuff stacked up. These are hoarders. There's
Right.
stuff stacked up
Right.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The woman-
just by the description of the backyard, I would have guessed
You
that.
guessed that?
Yeah, yeah.
This woman stops their 2 kids. She's got 2 little kids. They're like 5 years old and one in each hand.
Mm-hmm.
She stops, looks around, and then proceeds to go forward. She was dropping these kids off to be babysat at this house.
Oh
She
my
literally did.
God.
Now, me and Mike are like, no way, this can't be a thing. Are you kidding me? There's no
Wow.
doors, dude. How do you have a house with no doors? And by the way, how are you running daycare out of this place? And then how are you dropping your kids off?
Obviously, not a licensed daycare. And the woman with the kids who was dropping them off,
Yeah.
probably flat ass broke too.
So
If
this
that's the only daycare
broke.
you can afford.
That's all broke. Because you don't
Oh,
even know if you're
wow.
getting your kids back, dude. Those kids might be sold before you get in there. That's a premium.
Or they might
Kids
just
today.
walk out the no door hole
There's no door.
in the house.
There's literally no door.
And walk away.
So here's the caveat to this is for those of you who follow, because I've done all these stories before. So these is the grandkids of the chicken lady. So a couple months earlier, if you guys don't know this, but me and Mike walked up to a door when we were trying to give some pots and pans, stuff like this. We knock on this door, it opens, 2 guys come running out. The place smells like, because everyone thought we were police. You follow? A lady jumping on one leg with a rubber chicken is screaming and inside the thing. And we're like, dude, we're either at the wrong place or the wrong time. There's something not right about this pic. But anyways, these were the grandkids. This girl that lived at that place was the grandchild of the chicken lady.
Oh my God.
And their mother, this is absolutely a true story, dude. Their mother used to drive around the condo. She was the one who owned their condo, right?
Okay.
I don't know if she didn't own it. She would ride her bike and she would get drunk on her bike and she would start knocking on doors for a quarter.
Oh my God.
So she would try to collect a few quarters to go. So one day she drives to my door, our door, and she asks for a quarter because she only has enough for a 40 ounce, and she wants to get a tall boy or a 20. What is a tall boy?
I don't know.
She wants to get the upgraded beer.
Oh my
and
God.
she's short a couple quarters. She
Wow.
needs the quarters.
Did you give it to her?
No, I probably did, dude. I probably did.
I don't know what I would do either. My initial instinct is hell no, and then my second is oh fuck.
She
just
had
give
2
it to her.
daughters, dude. You know what's funny is there was another young guy who lived literally he sold a door off of his place. Doors must have.
Who is selling doors? I mean, it's 110 degrees outside.
I don't know.
How
I mean,
are you living with no door on your house?
I never thought you could. I mean, I guess if you have a door, people
You
buy
know,
doors,
some
dude. They need doors.
I mean, like some doors are nice doors.
These are front doors, by the way.
Right. Some of them are like wood, hand carved. You know, like pieces of art.
These
Like,
weren't
some
pieces
them,
of art, dude.
Okay.
These were doors off some dilapidated condo that had been robbed like twice, dude.
So if
CHOA was broke.
If you're building a new house and a door costs $500 and you're willing to sell yours for $100, I don't know who's selling doors. I wouldn't sell my door.
I couldn't believe it.
It's hot outside. I need a door.
We'd never seen that. 2 people
That's
sold their
crazy.
doors, dude. That's going broke,
That's
dude.
crazy. Yeah.
I have so many stories about crossroads. You have no
But
idea.
see,
man.
here's the thing. They're hoarders, right? And
They're
they got all
hoarders.
this stuff in their
Well, they have
backyard,
no choice.
whatever.
Yeah, meth. If you
So-
see
so
meth, will do
sell
that
some
to
of
you.
the shit that you're hoarding.
I'm surprised they had all those fridges and stoves. Why don't
That's what I'm
they?
saying.
You know
Sell
what I'm saying?
that.
Yeah, get rid
What
of
are, you,
that.
what are you saving that?
Because they were coming
crap
for it. All right, what do you got? You got more stories? I want to hear your story. Oh,
Oh, Alex.
super
Talk,
chat.
talk, talk.
Yeah, we got two
Yeah.
super chats.
Oh.
We got Mr. Rob B,
Again?
$10. Thank
Wow.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
$7.50
Thank
to
you.
Lauren, $2.50 to David. They know how to bet it.
Yeah.
And then we also have another $19.99 super chat from Demon Dog.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Demon.
you.
Yep. This goes out to CEG and to the unknown Fantan dealer. Thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We met Demon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Good
Black
dude,
Sheep
yeah.
2000, welcome to being a CEG student.
Yes, thank you, sir. A lot of good videos up there. All right. Is the Lauren story coming up?
We'll get to it.
Oh my God.
What time is
I've
it?
only been broke
How
in
much-
Vegas 7 times.
So, really?
Oh yeah. Oh, you kidding me? It wasn't for until like the last 10 years. You know what I mean?
You mean you've been broke in the last 10, before the last 10 years?
No, I mean I think about 12 years ago I started to slow down and started to get right with life kind of thing. And then before
Gotcha.
that I was like just
Gotcha.
ridiculously, I mean Vegas had just sucked me dry.
Yeah.
I moved out of Vegas a few times.
It's you have to really know how to live here.
Mm-hmm.
You do. And if you move here without knowing how to live here,
Yeah.
like I did, it's not good.
Or you just let it
not
own
good.
you and move along. You know what I mean?
You
I think
know-
there's some people who do that.
Yeah.
I just got I attracted a lot of craziness. I had
It
people around me.
sounds like.
Even if I
Yeah.
made better choices, I
Yeah.
would end up like, holy crap, I
Yeah.
live with some dude who was like an escort and got me evicted. I don't know, I'm being evicted to the last minute. And I'm like, what happened to you being, an escort? And apparently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These things
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I didn't have those kinds of experiences.
wow.
I just had my own personal, I was very in my own world.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved to Vegas in '96. Dean, my son Dean, was a year old, and I
Oh,
got,
you moved here with Dean?
yeah.
Wow, okay.
He was
He was born in Laughlin?
Bullhead City.
Oh my God! Well, thank God for that, huh, Dean? You'd be like the one guy from Laughlin. Man, that's a discount date. Imagine that if you have on your birth. I mean, not to like shame all the people that were born in Laughlin, but damn, dude, that would be depressing.
Well,
Dude.
first of all, Laughlin doesn't actually have a hospital, so
That's what I'm
most
saying.
of the people who are born in
On a
Laughlin
casino floor, they
are
spit you out in the room
born
somewhere.
in Bullhead City. At
Oh,
the
really?
hospital yeah, there's not a hospital in Laughlin.
So they can't be
So
signed.
they either go to Bullhead City or they come to Vegas.
What happens if you slipped out underneath
Then you're
in the
born in
bedding at
Laughlin.
Riverside?
I'll tell you what. By
'Cause
the
that would
time,
be depressing,
By the time
dude.
I had Dean, I was so pregnant, I was ready to just lay down on the craps table and start pushing.
Oh, really?
Oh God.
Wow.
It was
That would be a
another
story.
in
That would be a story. Hey, that'd have gotten some views, huh, buddy? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I have another
Being
super chat.
born on a crafts table.
What, Alex has another super
Oh,
chat.
thank
What
you,
got?
Jesus.
Okay, just to clarify, I will never sell any of my doors, especially my back door, chat.
Ah.
That's what I'm letting you know.
Your back door.
My
not
back
for
door is
sale?
never for sale.
Oh, I got
okay?
you. No worries, man.
We do have a $2 super
I'll
chat
hold
from
auction.
yeah. $2 super chat from Black Sheep 2000. Nemo, we'll be seeing you guys later this year.
All right,
so.
fantastic. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
so
else?
my first story is my whole not my whole family, my dad's side of the family, they were all gamblers.
No,
Right?
yeah.
My dad, my grandparents, his parents, all gamblers. The very first time I was born and raised in Ohio. We moved to California. I was living in California when I was 15, 16. The very 1st time I ever came to Vegas, my dad brought me to Vegas. I was 16 years old.
Wow. 16.
16. So that was back in the day. We talk a lot about back in the day. They weren't as strict with the age, like
yeah.
the ID checks and stuff like
I
that.
played blackjack at 18.
Right.
Families.
Right. So I've been heavy most of my life. And at 16 I was heavy, and if you're heavy, it makes you look older.
Yeah.
It
Really?
makes you look yeah. So at 16 I looked like I might be old enough to play, and nobody really checked.
Really? So
Yeah.
what did you play?
Blackjack.
On a blackjack table.
Yeah, my dad
Wow.
sat with me at a blackjack table. He had taught me how to play a little bit. He had told me a little bit of the etiquette before we came to Vegas. He said, if anybody asks for your ID, tell them that you left it in the room. They'll tell you to go get it, and then you leave. And don't.
How did you go broke?
Well, that's not the how I went broke story that time.
Yeah.
But that was my first real experience with gambling, and I won, and I liked it, and it was exciting,
yeah.
and it was fun, and right.
And then you got addicted.
So, and then I got addicted. I absolutely got addicted.
That's a good ding, but we can't see the dings right now because
No.
I think Alex had to run.
Alex ran for a minute.
So it's just
we'll
us for a
talk.
second. Hold on a second.
Oh, we'll talk.
All right, so you get addicted.
That's how I. And so I got married. That was when I was 16. I got married when I was 21. We would come to Vegas occasionally, and I would play, but it wasn't like out of control then. I just really liked it. Then I got married when I was 21, and my husband at the time and I had a house in Lancaster, which is all the way up north, like of LA. So from Vegas, like State Line Vegas, to Lancaster was about a 3-hour drive. So my husband, who worked down in the LA in the San Fernando Valley, he would leave for work, let's say at 8 o'clock in the morning. He would leave for work, and then at 8:30 I would jump in my car and drive to State Line and gamble.
State Line. Oh, God,
well, I didn't want to go any further because I
That's
wanted
like drinking alone,
to be
Lauren.
as close to
Wow.
yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah. So, and then I knew what time he usually got home from work, so I would 3 hours before he's due home from
swear
work,
to God.
jump back in my car and drive home. And
On
he
the way.
never
Oof.
knew. This
Wow,
is
really?
before cell phone. Like, who knew? It was back in the 80s.
Yeah, 100%.
88, 89. Like,
Wow.
nobody knew, right? So that's when I kind of really was starting to feel like, okay, this could be a problem.
No, that's a problem.
It might be a problem.
That's a problem.
So, got divorced, whatever, moved to Bullhead City, started dealing in Laughlin, met my son's father. I mean, I hit the trifecta there. Alcoholic, drug addict, gambling problem.
Oh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Ding, ding,
Trifecta.
ding. The trifecta.
Ching.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, I can pick them.
Yeah,
But hey, we made a really good baby. I mean, my son is just amazing. So,
All good.
Yeah.
And he's doing
So,
great.
He's doing great.
All right.
So,
He's not the reason you went broke.
No, he's not
No.
the reason I went broke. So
Yeah.
his dad and I would gamble a lot.
A lot.
And
Yeah.
that was when we were living in Bullhead City, working in Laughlin, and I was pregnant with Dean. He wasn't born yet,
Wow.
and we would gamble a lot. you
Dean was
know.
already part of the action.
He was right here.
Yeah.
Yep. So the first time was it wasn't even me going broke. His dad did that for us. Like, I would try and put money away because I knew that his dad was going to always come home broke.
You had the hand pays on Keno while he was donking it out. We know.
Exactly.
That's how I do it. That's how I do it with Alex.
He was a dice dealer, so he was a dice player.
Really?
So, yeah.
All right. Now everything is not lost, dude.
So.
We sort of like him now. He's a dice dealer, dude. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have thrown that in there.
Trust me,
dude.
you don't like him.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, go.
So then Dean is born in February. Then I'm in the hospital. Now his dad was there when I had him, like for the birth part of it. Then he had to go, get some sleep because he had to go to work and whatever, And then I don't see him for like the whole next day, and there's no cell phone. I
Really?
can't get a hold
While
of him.
you had just given birth.
Yeah.
He
I'm
went
in
and
the
docked your money.
hospital. Oh my God. He was supposed to have paid the rent.
Oh,
he was
God,
supposed
are
to
you
have paid
kidding
the
me?
bills. I am not kidding you.
Wow, that's a great story. I
Oh,
love
he was
it.
supposed to pay everything.
You can make a movie out of that one. Holy smokes, Lauren. Really?
Oh yeah. When I got pregnant, he said to me, when it comes time for your maternity leave, you'll just quit your job. I'll support you. We'll have a family and I'll take care of us and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, let me just go on maternity leave. Let's see how things work out.
After he had donked your, then you go on maternity leave.
Then I go on maternity leave and I'm in the hospital, and then I come home from the hospital, and I'm home from the hospital for maybe a week, and I get a phone call from the landlord. Like, where's the rent? And I'm like, what do you mean, where's the rent? He was supposed to pay it. I just had a baby.
It's so sad. It's funny, Lauren. So sad. It's funny.
Yeah. So he comes home. I'm like, what the hell? Where's the rent? I checked my bank account because this is before you can't go online and check your bank account. You got to actually call the bank or go to the bank or whatever.
Yeah, remember those days? Good Lord, dude.
Right?
Well, you're older. You're a lot older than me, so there are things going on.
So much older.
You had squirrels there, just drumming you up. All right, well, so you have no rent.
So
you
I
get
have
evicted?
no rent. I had no. Thank God. I cried my way out of it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I was like, what the hell? What? Really? And then plus I'm like postpartum. I'm completely like a mess.
You're
crying
a mess.
and it was
I'd have
so
felt
ugly.
sorry for you.
It was awful.
I still feel sorry for you. Holy crap.
Thank you.
I mean,
how sorry do you feel for me?
you know what's funny is that never worked for me. Tears, jeers, it never worked for me. Even a damn judge trying to give me a break, dude.
You know what's funny is that It's worked for me so many times.
Oh my God.
I can't tell you how many tickets I've got now.
Jesus. I had one time I had a sheriff who came to lock me out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on the lease. I was living with somebody. I get home and the sheriff is standing there with locking up the damn door.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, holy crap! I got all my stuff in there. I didn't know we were being evicted. It's like, so my roommate had been taking the notices down before because I was working late. I worked swing shift. I would get home. He'd have the notice down.
Right.
I get home and all my, it's like, dude, I got to get my damn.
Right.
And he's like, listen, I'm gonna leave this lockbox here. Don't mess with my lockbox, but I'm gonna leave it ajar, but I'm coming back in 2 hours. And I'm like, 2 hours? This is before cell phones. So you know what I mean? I couldn't just call somebody up and say, hey, come on by.
Right.
So
help me get my shit out of here.
I had to hide all my stuff behind a tree, dude, and come back the next day. Only, you know what?
Was it there?
It was there actually.
Oh,
I was really surprised, dude.
Good.
We happened to have this little balcony, or no, we didn't have a balcony anymore. But there was a little grass with trees, and I hid it inside some of this personal stuff inside a bush.
Wow.
It was the weirdest thing. You know where it was? It was behind one of those apartments behind the Gold Coast. In that whole area, Valley View, and that used to be cheap, dude. Those places were cheap, dude.
I mean, comparatively, still is.
I've been another time there was I was evicted from a place for it was converted into a condo. And they were like, everybody get the hell out. Here's your 30-day notice.
Right,
we went through that. Vegas went through a lot of that.
Lease too. Like
yeah.
They
They were like, screw you.
Yeah, you're like, but I got a lease for 6 months. No, you don't.
Nah, no one cared. There was no coverage for that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, so we know how Lauren. I just want to know. Listen, is your biggest when you finally went and got some help? Because I know you did.
Yeah.
Was that over? Was that bingo or video poker?
Video poker.
Oh, okay, that I believe.
I gotta tell you something. I don't have a problem with bingo.
Yeah.
I can go to bingo. I can spend my budgeted amount for bingo. I can play the session. I'm fine.
But video poker, you chase.
It's video poker.
Because I've never heard of someone with a problem. Because bingo is where you go if you have a problem. Because you could burn an hour and a half for $20.
Yeah,
you just sit there, get yourself some hot chocolate, chill out.
That's right.
I know someone had a video poker problem. Would go to use bingo as a way out because that put him in action.
Yeah.
And played.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly.
His only complaint was
right.
the marshmallows. So would they have marshmallows? Didn't have marshmallows.
I got news for you with the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
If you want marshmallows,
it's extra.
Bring your own freaking
Really?
marshmallows. Why not? You get whipped cream. Whipped cream's good enough.
All right.
But anyway, so it was just bad. And then his dad and I broke up, and then I wasn't getting any help, and there was no good daycare in Laughlin or Bullhead or whatever. Dean was a year old.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta be somewhere where I can at least have daycare if I'm gonna be a single mother.
Yeah.
So we came to Vegas.
Wow. That was the solve? Coming to Vegas.
What am I gonna do? I mean, his dad is now with this other girl that he's more interested in, and he's not helping me, and there's no reliable. I mean, you've been to Laughlin and Bullhead City. There's
not a lot going on right there.
Not the most.
Especially back then.
There.
It was literally.
Oh, Meth City.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. Laughlin was rough
not in our town.
Not a lot of teeth in Laughlin, dude. A lot of buckles. A lot of buckles and a lot of Salisbury steak, dude. They still start. What happened?
No, keep going. When do you finish? 2 super chats.
Oh, well, I think the Salisbury steak says it all, dude.
Yeah.
They have a lot of grits. You can get a lot of grits in Laughlin.
Yeah, right? Yes, you
Laughllin's like a hick town on a little river.
Laughlin itself is great.
I like Laughlin.
It's Bullhead City.
The Pioneer is fantastic. I like the Pioneer.
Oh, yeah. It is.
Don Laughlin's a Riverside. That cafe, dude, that'll put some teeth back in your mouth, dude. That's what that does. That one's a little rough. When the biscuits and gravy, a lot more on the gravy, and I don't know what the hell is under there with the biscuits, dude. The biscuits thing is like, ooh. You really got to take your time and drill through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's old school there. If you like old school cafe,
but the whole town is old school.
No, the whole town.
It's a small town. There's 7 casinos or something. It's one street.
It's one street.
I mean, but I like Laughlin.
I do.
Laughlin's not bad. It's Bullhead City. Bullhead
City is where the problem is.
Yeah.
All that fast food. Now we know why.
Yeah. Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, 100%. All right, what do we got? We got super chats. Hello, thank you very much.
2 super chats.
Wow.
We have one from Mr. Alan Toy.
Again?
$2 super chat. Is the legal fund all paid off? Add to the legal fund. Thank you, sir.
No, we don't got no. We're still getting,
And then Mr. Robbie, $2 super chat says first drinks are on me for you all.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. B. Dude, look at that.
I know Alan.
I feel like he's kissing me when he does that. You know that?
No, he's not kissing me.
It's some kind of kiss. It's just, yeah. All right, ready?
Chef kiss.
Okay, ready?
So,
Good. Oh, you got more?
Oh, this story is a long story.
I
It's
know
not
it's
over
a long
yet.
story. It's 50 years long.
It
dude.
is.
Swear to- I
That's
know,
right.
right?
That's
it's
right.
like Keno on a Sunday, dude. It's like Keno on a Sunday. All right, hit me. Go ahead. So you end up broke and homeless.
I move here. No, not homeless.
No,
I move
damn
here.
it.
I come to town. I get my job at the Rio. Then I
Okay.
come and I find an apartment.
Yeah.
And then we move here, right?
Yeah.
Dean and I, he's a baby. I find a daycare center. I'm on swing, 24-hour daycare centers in Vegas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Back then.
So it's good, and I'm working, and I'm happy, and Dean, I'm gonna go pick up Dean and whatever. So then I'm at the Rio for about 4 months maybe, and we get put on call. All the new hire people get put on call, which means you're not actually scheduled, but they'll call you if they need you
Wow. At the Rio?
at the Rio.
Wow. I came in after this, huh?
Yes, you did.
When the Masquerade was over.
That's right. This was
Yeah.
before the Masquerade opened. This was when they were doing the construction. So
Okay.
now we're on call, and they said,
Mm-hmm.
if you want, you can call us and see if we need you that day.
Okay.
So I would, and it was for all the 3 shifts. So
Wow.
I would wake up in the morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock or whatever it was, and call and say, do you need me to come in for day shift? And if they said yes, great. And if they said no, I'd sleep, and then I'd wake up at like 4 in the afternoon, and I'd call again, do you need me for some swing shift?
Okay.
Right? So it was really rough. And Dean was a baby, and I was really depressed. And I went on unemployment because I really wasn't working. So then I'm in this apartment, and Dean's a baby, and I start gambling.
A lot.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Now I'm getting payday loans. Now I've got a car that was paid off.
A
Now I
lot of
get
payday
title
loan places.
loan.
Wow, you got a title loan?
Oh my God.
Tell me they repossessed your car, Lauren. Give me the good stuff. What happened? Were you
I
in
would
it?
love to tell you that, but no.
Because I've been
No.
there and had a car with a friend of mine about to be repossessed by a payday loan
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And my friend sees me there and asked me if I had $8,000 handy. $8,000 handy.
Yeah, got
To help him.
8,000 laying around.
This was behind the bank off of Industrial. I forget what bank it was, but I'm like, let me see.
Yeah,
No, not me.
No.
That's happened to me in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Do you have $8,000 handy? That's going broke in Vegas, dude.
That is going broken Vegas.
Yeah, he used
So-
to have 10 of these payday loan places. One to pay the other, to pay the other, to pay. You ever do that?
Yeah.
And you used to do the check
Yeah.
thing where you knew how the checks, right? Didn't I hear you say that one time?
I'm
that?
only going to say this because it's so long ago
Yeah.
that I don't think I could still get arrested for it.
Nah, banks are instant now, dude.
They
You
are
can't screw with
instant now,
them.
but before they
They
were
know.
instant, you could write a check at, let's say, Albertsons.
Let's say
And they'd give you the cash for it, and then you could go put that cash
2,
in the
3
bank.
days later,
And then you could go write a check at Smith's.
and then you can go gamble,
It's
have a
called-
little extra
It's called kiting checks.
kiting check.
kiting
Yeah,
checks,
you were a kiter.
Which is illegal.
It is illegal.
But I really, honestly, at the time, I didn't even know it was illegal. Somebody that I worked with at the Rio taught me how to do it. I didn't know it was illegal. I found that out later. But anyway, let's get to years go by and up, down, up, down. I hit a great big jackpot and I pay everything and all the payday loans. And
Really?
Then I go
Wow.
yeah, and then I go take a
Lucky.
ball again, and then I'm broke again, and then I hit a jackpot, and I go pay it all again, and Dean doesn't get anything for Hanukkah, and then, a
that's
month
rough.
later, when I hit a jackpot, he gets, here's all your Hanukkah presents that I didn't
Oh
buy
my
you last.
God.
Oh, it was horrible. Years.
And then you got help.
And then I finally got help because here's the story that broke it. My gambling obviously got worse,
Oof.
and I got kind of better at finding money, getting money. I had
Marker?
Oh yeah, well by then I was full time at the Rio. We're talking.
Oh, you had
we're
money.
talking-
We were
yeah.
making Rio was
Oh
a
yeah,
great
yeah,
job
yeah. We're
back
talking
then.
almost 10 years later.
Wow.
Right, and it's been this up down,
Markers,
up down, right?
going
so
to town.
now I'm at
Mm-hmm.
the Rio and I'm full time and I'm making good money. So I qualify for markers. I had bought a house.
Oh.
Which was a townhouse. I paid $100,000
Mm-hmm.
for it in 1999. I refi. I mean, like so many times. Anytime I could refi, I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, went to the casinos, gamble. So, I went to a friend's party on Christmas Eve one year. Dean was at his dad's for the holiday. I got bored. I went to the Gold Coast. I went to the high limit slot room. I ended up hitting something like maybe a Royal for 4,000, something like that.
Dollar Royal, 4,000.
Dollar Royal, 4,000. I go to a $2 machine. I hit 4 deuces on a deuces while on a $2 machine.
So you're on a tear.
I'm on this total tear.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a marker line. I have $8,000 marker
Oh
line.
my God, for slots? That's insanity. Really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
At the Gold Coast. So when I hit
At the Gold Coast?
At the Gold Coast,
Oh
I
my
could take
God.
$8,000.
Wow.
So I hit, I'd go pay my markers. I'd go back, I'd lose what I had, go get a marker, right? When I went home that night after probably 10 hours worth of play, I went home. I owed the Gold Coast $8,000 in markers.
Oh, God.
I had zero money in my pocket, and I had $22,000 worth of taxable
Oh, crap.
paperwork.
Ouch.
22,000, owed
Wow.
them 8, had
that you
nothing
had gotten
to show
paid
for
and
it.
nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show
Wow,
for
brutal.
it. Then,
Absolutely brutal, dude. You got to start selling your kidneys for that one, dude. You're looking around
and
like,
I'm
listen,
like,
I don't need
what
this
the
arm.
hell am I going to do?
So what'd you do?
Well, so then Dean comes home from his dad's, and he gets sick, and I have to take him to the doctor, and the doctor calls in a prescription. I can't even pay for the fucking prescription.
Oh, crap.
Like, I am broke ass, broke.
Just keep the kid, dude. We're out.
So then
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I got to stop. So I stop, but I owe $8,000 to the Gold Coast, $2,000 to the Palms, $4,000 to the Red Rock.
Oh, God.
Plus, like all the payday loans and everything. Like,
Yeah.
I've got payday loans up my ass.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Uh-huh.
I'm like being really good. I take my markers in $500 increments, and then when I get paid, I take $1,000 to the whatever, and I go, okay, pay these 2 markers.
Uh-huh.
And then before I leave, I go, okay, give me 2 more.
Uh-huh.
And then I walk out of that casino and I go to the next one and I do the same thing. Because it's only good for 30 days. You got to extend, right?
Yeah.
So I get to the Red Rock. I get to the Red Rock and I go, here, pay this 1,000. And they go, okay. And I go, okay, I want 1,000. And they're like, no, your line is frozen.
Wow.
Well, this is the 1,000 I need to put back in the bank to pay my bills.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So you got stuck.
Yeah. So I go, what do you mean my line is frozen? And they said, well, the last few times that you've taken markers, we don't show any play for you.
Oh,
can't
you just
take a
took the money
marker
out
without
because you were
playing.
40. Oh.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I
You had to
panicked.
sell your body. Get to the good stuff, Laura. I know.
That's it. They told me they were going to put me in jail. They said
that
that's
was it?
writing bad
That was
checks.
all the lesson
I
you
called
needed?
my mom. I was crying. I went to GA. I was like,
My
listen,
God, man.
that was my very, very bottom. Because
Then
I
you get
owed so
help.
much, and then I got help. I went to GA.
Gamblers Anonymous.
They told me, make a payment plan with the casinos to pay off your markers. Make a payment plan with the payday loan places to pay off all your
And you got it done.
2 years.
2 years it took
I
you?
did not gamble a dime.
Wow.
Not anything. I didn't put a dollar in a slot machine.
All
I
right.
didn't nothing for 2 years.
Good
I
for
got
you.
out of every single thing I owed.
Wow.
And learned my lesson. I'm not in GA anymore. I'm back and forth. You know, I go away. I don't.
When
you know.
you get the urges, okay, ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to
So
the
there you
story.
go. Go ahead.
I mean,
I
if,
know, you're
unless
bored with my
unless
story.
unless you went up an elevator, you sold something,
I didn't
kidneys.
sell anything. I
Damn
didn't
it.
this. I
But
didn't
that's
no,
but that's
no,
a good.
That's, I mean, come
people
on.
know now.
I
People
couldn't-
know.
My kid was sick and I couldn't buy his medicine.
That's brutal, dude. I never.
You know-
well, let's see what happened to me. Yeah, I was actually an
What'd you
escort
sell,
for a
dude?
minute.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I didn't sell the whole thing, the whole package. I sold. Believe it or not, I sold my mouth. Well, I shouldn't say I sold my mouth. Oh my God, it's
Your
not-
mouse?
My articulation. Speaky.
Oh.
I was hosting some
Mouth.
players here in town. You know what I mean? Hey, all right, I got a good one for you. Ready?
Okay.
All right, I got a guy who went broke while playing slots at a casino. This casino had first opened,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the middle of a slot thing. This is sort of this just a miscellaneous casual story.
Okay.
He happened to be a larger man.
Okay.
Larger man.
All right.
Okay. And you know, so he loses all his money, donks it out on slots,
Okay.
dollar slots,
All
back
right.
when they actually used dollars.
Yep.
And a lady comes and goes to fill up a slot machine. He's lost everything.
Right.
He decides he's going to take 2 of her bags
Okay.
and of dollar
Okay.
slot to parking lot to his car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just say he didn't make it to his car.
Yeah.
Because he had a heart attack in the parking lot on the way to his car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had him. He was playing 1 minute and then out the back with the other minute. Just hauling. Now, if you don't already know, these bags are pretty flippin' heavy, dude.
Yeah.
And hauling them out the back, it's gonna be. And if you're not in like running shape, I don't know what got into his head to make him think he was gonna make it to his car. What's pretty interesting because they
had this
picture. They had this picture in the paper. And of course, the car that they have the picture of him next to.
Yeah.
Is like a little Ford Fiesta. This guy, really, you know what I mean? I don't think the car would have transported those 2 bags, dude.
Maybe he made it so far and that wasn't his car.
Yeah, maybe he made it. He didn't make it that far.
I mean, but I'm just saying he made it to a car.
No.
But it wasn't his car. I heard when I was in Gamblers Anonymous.
Go.
So this woman comes in and she's talking about how broke she is and she's gambled all her money and this and that and she doesn't know what to do. So she's gonna kill herself. So
good to know.
So she buys a gun.
Oh God, she tells you this in Gamblers Anonymous.
Oh yeah.
And what do you do? Send an ambulance? What are you guys doing?
No. Before she came into Gamblers Anonymous, this is what got her into Gamblers Anonymous. This was her backstory
just see her sitting there
brought
going,
her to
hey,
Gamblers Anonymous. So
my turn. I bought a gun. Go.
So she bought a gun. She's gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
So she decides she's gonna kill herself. So she shoots herself, which she thinks that she's shooting herself in her heart.
Yeah. Right.
Right. But she misses.
Oh, thank you.
So she ends up in the hospital.
Oh.
So now she's in the hospital. She's totally broke. She's got all these payday loans, everybody, blah, 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 right?
And now she's
got hospital bills on top of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
She said, like, it goes from bad to worse. She's got all these hospital bills on top of all of her other bills.
Oh, my God.
She didn't die.
Now she really wants to shoot herself.
Came into Gamblers Anonymous and she got,
help?
She got help.
She got fixed up?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, she got help and she ended up not gambling and paying her. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen her in years, but
you haven't been in that group. No. All right. Well, I only have. So I have lots of stories. I can tell you. So there's a lot about going broke and just being broke in Vegas.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of drug stories. Some of them are Patreon, but the one of the best stories I have is another story I've shared a lot. And I'm working at the Gold Coast. Only my second job because I broke into the gate. I'm at the Gold Coast about a year and a half, and there's this one guy that's coming in, and he is a big player.
Okay.
I mean, they kiss his ass like there's nobody business.
Okay.
So one day he's there. We used to have this guy named T-shirt Joe that would come in and play. Did you ever work at the Gold Coast? Are you that one person that didn't go through the Gold Coast? Because everybody else sits there.
I'm the one person in Laughlin that didn't work at the Riverside, and I'm the one person in Vegas that didn't work at the
Gold Coast. Because a lot of us from back in the day, that's kind of like, that was sort of a second tier, believe it or not. You broke in at the El Cortez, Golden Gate, one of these downtown, then you would go to
Gold Coast dealers. People who broke in at the Gold Coast, they're great dealers.
Yeah, thank you very much.
They are.
All right,
work with a lot of them.
So I'm at the Gold Coast and I'm on swing shift, and there used to be this $5 game. That was the big table there.
Yeah.
It was a 25-cent game, 25-cent game, a $1 game, and a $5 game. It was 4 tables.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
The $5 game, that was a big day. Everybody loved to be on there because you would sit there, even though I would rather be working, but $5 game.
Yeah.
So one day, this guy named T-shirt Joe would come in, and this other guy would come in with him every now and then. He was a Caesar's Palace player. It was like, oh, Caesar's Palace player. He's like, oh yeah, the guy starts out at Caesar's Palace. They give him a big suite, and he donks it out there with all the big people, and then he comes over with all of our low rent people because he just loves dice. This guy loved dice.
Okay.
Now, because we have so many craps fans, we have so many dice fans, you guys can understand, like, just being he wasn't at the Gold Coast to win. He was just the Gold Coast to play.
Okay.
Because he would go to Caesars and, he would play by himself and he would come in for 100,000 and yada yada yada, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know his whole story, so I would see him there quite a bit. He would come in these Armani suits and just, linen and silk and just looking just fantastic. And I find out that he's a broker, real estate broker. He owns a brokerage company in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So he's, mint.
Yeah.
He's got millions of bucks. He's on everybody's dime. So I don't actually hear. He's coming to the Gold Coast for about 6-7 months while I'm working there, at least. Okay, maybe as much as a year, but almost a lot of the time that I was there. Okay, every time on the $5 table, he'd be there because they would open that game for these guys.
Right.
So one time I see there's a little commotion. They're over there talking to him, and then we're talking to the boxman, and then he got pushed off the table, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, well, apparently they're trying to collect on his marker at Caesars. So he had donked it out at Caesars, lost, And then he was at the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast was not willing to comp him. So what he would do is he would go to Caesars, they would comp him. Then he would come to Gold Coast, and they would comp him too.
Right.
And, because he would play a lot more at Caesars and play the rest of Gold Coast, they would hook him up.
Sure, but it takes a lot more at Caesars to get comped
No,
than it does
100%.
at the Gold Coast.
Doesn't take a whole lot to get comped.
Right.
So they were backing him off the table like, dude, you're not going to be able to stay here because so he had apparently run out of his marker at Caesars. It turns out he was he was at the end of the road. He had sold everything and lost all of his money over the course of and so he was at the end of the road, so he had no money because they had comped him everything hoping that he would stay there and play. And he would come back and he would pay off these big fat markers. So he was a regular guy. He would come in a lot. So he would come in every couple months, whatever it was, and he would be like, they would have 100,000 outstanding. He would pay off the 100,000, play again. You know what I mean? They would just cycle him through. This was how it happened in the day. This is what it was. So he's at the Gold Coast. They're back off the table, and then I hear the whole story that over this whole process, he had lost his brokerage company. He had gotten a divorce. He lost his kids in a custody battle. You know what the most amazing thing was? He was always happy. I mean, I'm not saying he was happy, but he always seemed happy.
Right.
He was on a dice game doing what he loved. Here's the most. So there's an end to the story.
Okay.
We don't see the guy for about a month. Okay. And, he was generous. He wasn't like ridiculously generous, but for Gold Coast, he was generous.
So you noticed it when he didn't come in.
No, we knew when he wouldn't come in.
Right.
You know what I mean? T-shirt Joe would show up. He'd be by himself, hanging out, and we'd have other. And so all of a sudden, he comes in. And we're like, whoa, what's going on? He's got a bell cap. He's got a bell taxi hat on.
Oh, my God.
He's a taxi driver.
Oh, my God.
He had lost his L.A. broker. He was now literally a taxi driver in Vegas, dude. And he started stopping by. No more $5 game, bird game.
Right.
He would come in at $60 in tokes and just play bird, just sit there playing. He would come down those stairs. The Gold Coast used to be configured a little differently. Where you see those stairs in the front that where it faces Flamingo, you would walk down that stairs. The dice pit was right there. Now there's like a party pit, but there used to be the 4 or 5 tables right there, and you would see him. And the one thing that he couldn't sell off were those damn suits. So every now and then on his day off, he would wear one of those suits.
Right.
I mean, the really nice suits. He didn't sell the suits.
I don't know how you could, he couldn't
They were
bring
tailored.
himself to do it, or nobody wanted to buy them.
I don't think he cared. I think he was just, listen, I got an Armani suit. I'm a cab driver. Here's my $60. Don't hate me. But it was amazing to go through this whole process with him.
Yeah.
And he went from one type of player to a whole nother just to stay in action on a dice game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, ready? I got one final story, and then we got to do a hard exit. We got a production company rented out our place for the next, this tonight, and then we have another company tomorrow who's filming for a travel magazine.
Nice.
A Danish travel. Me and Alex are going to be personalities. We're going to be teaching people how to play. All right, ready? I got epic story. I've shared this a couple times, but ready? Going broke. Okay. Love of dice. We have a lot of crafts players. I have a guy, I was breaking in, I'm at the Golden Gate.
Okay.
This guy would buy in every day for a stack of birds. Okay? $5.
Right.
$5, stack of 25 cents.
Right.
Okay? And he would play 50 cents coming, and he would parlay. He always parlayed. 50 cents coming, if he won, he would just parlay it, double it up, move it on. Okay? Once he got a little extra money in the rack, he would start putting odds, and he would bet progressively. So one day, I start dealing to him in the morning because I actually work day shift. Imagine that. My very first job, I got to work a day shift at a casino. Normally, you go to swing or graveyard, day shift. So, and this guy, by the way, this guy was the degenerate all day long, dude. $5, 50 cents. And man, if you missed paying him, he would just be on your shit. And he was miserable, crotchety old man. And so he's betting. And when I leave that shift, he's up like $500 this one day. $500 he's made from $5.
Wow.
That's quite the swing.
Yes, it is.
He was just a part because he didn't care about the $5. He would create as much opportunity after that, just like what I do. It's going across, triple X, this kind of thing. So he's up about $500. I come in the next day, very next day. He has a First Interstate. Remember when the FIB building was downtown? Do you remember that?
Yes.
They used to have a big building, and that was where everybody had their. That was the secret vault. That's where all the banks, all the casinos had the vault. Shh. I've been in that vault. You know what they have now in their servers?
Oh,
That's
really?
the
Oh,
server
yeah,
farm.
yeah,
That's
okay.
what has all the all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lines,
that
everything.
makes
Else.
sense, yeah.
Shh, secret.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to know that. Okay. So FIB building, it's no longer, it doesn't look like a bank. They made it
Right.
so that it looks like just a regular
Right.
commercial space now.
Yep.
So you don't know that it's got a big fat vault in there.
Okay.
Big. I've been in that vault. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's huge. You can live in that vault, Lauren.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay. Live in
I'm
it.
sure it's bigger than my house, for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gotta
be.
Both of our houses could
Yeah,
probably fit.
yeah.
So he has an FIB thing. You know how much money he apparently he had went to the Horseshoe, got on a tear, and now he's back at the gate. Do you know how much he has in his envelope? From his stack of birds, $5.
From $5 to 500 to I'm gonna
$40,000.
$40,000.
$40,000.
Damn, I was gonna say 10.
He's so the Gold Coast. I mean the Golden Gate at the time, $200 limit on the game.
Wow.
$200. Okay.
Wow.
So you can go, you can go like $1,600 across. He was betting place bets, just going maxing out all his place bets. And you ever want to see Sal Bruno? Any of you guys that dealt back in the day, remember Sal? You ever see a guy sweat? That guy, I mean, he must have lost 10 pounds every couple of hours. The guy was sweating so hard, throwing pennies, kicking everybody. I mean, he was.
Right.
But that guy donked it out. Do you know what he did on his way from the Horseshoe to the gate? He bought himself a used pair of shoes, got a haircut, and he bought a TV for a friend of his. On the other side, crotchety old man, he used to bleed on the table.
Right.
This old guy, he had some problem with his skin. His skin would fall off.
Yeah.
He was a dome player. He
Yeah.
bet 50 cents on a dome. Imagine that. You guys think it, 50 cents on the
So he
dome.
bought a used pair of shoes and a TV for his buddy?
For his
with
buddy, the other
$40,000.
crotchety guy on the
Okay.
other side of the game. This crotchety guy would wear a red jacket. There are people that come to Vegas just to pass away, dude. They love the games. They're like, listen, my golden years, not really golden years. Let's just say the
Right.
charcoal years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Where the last snuff of my existence.
Right.
You know, and,
Right.
and that used to be a thing in Vegas. You could rent those little weeklies down the road of Fremont, and you would see them sitting out there. I have an old boss of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, that he did that. He is a guy I knew at the Fitz. He was this real old boxman. His last couple years, he got diagnosed with some medical condition. He got himself a weekly downtown so he could just walk up the street and play, and then
Right.
walk back to his weekly
Right.
as he sort of waited out the end of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so sad. I came to visit him one day, and I'm like, dude, really? I mean, you don't want to live anywhere else? And he's like, no, you get evicted too much. I can't live with you. He's like, I'm like, hey, listen, none of those leases are in my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want from me? I got people. My people suck. I mean, what do you want from me?
My people suck.
But that guy, the other guy, his buddy that he bought the TV for, this guy would bleed on my table. His skin would fall off, like mid-roll. He would have his hands over there, leaning over. This is the Golden Gate. You didn't get to work at the gate.
I'll tell you.
You didn't
no,
enjoy
I
that
did
experience.
Not. I
No.
did not. There's stories like that.
The
that
gate's
would-
much nicer now,
Could
by
make
the
up
way.
a whole new other podcast.
Yeah, that is a
of
whole
disgusting things we've seen on the game.
They used to daub it with a paper towel. They wouldn't even close the game, dude. Biohazard. Nowadays, alarms
Oh,
go
God,
off.
yeah,
People
no,
start
no.
screaming.
Yeah.
Gen
no.
Z now is like, oh hell no. They're
Right,
on like,
right,
oh my
right.
god, someone's suing somebody. There's blood. People are passing out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we you know what the next podcast could be? Going dead in Vegas, dude. That could be depressing, but that's happened. I was talking about. All right, we got to end this. We got to do a hard exit. One last
What time
thing.
is
though.
it?
It's 7:25 because
Oh, wow.
we have. They're gonna start. I was working. I used to have a lot of friends at the MGM, and I was talking about. This is sort of going broke and dead in Vegas, right? So we used to have a few friends. Alex even had a few. So the last one I knew that was we have a friend who Alex's friend Joe was opened the MGM mansion,
Okay.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I have a friend named John who was a butler over
Okay.
there, right?
Okay.
And went to butlery school. Literally went over there to England, became a highfalutin,
Wow.
foofy ass butler. Used to work as a, was a butler. Mm-hmm. He would go to work. He would come home and just stone drunk the whole time. You guys remember Mork and Mindy? Mork and Mindy back in the day.
Yeah.
So Mork used to bury his head in the chair. That's how he slept, dude.
Yeah.
So this guy, you would go, because I lived in his townhome before he died. Then he died, and his townhome went. So he used to just park his head and just like that, just like Mork, dude, just like Mork, just completely wasted, and then go to work like a sober butler. I was so stunned, like, dude, who you butlering for?
Wow.
I mean, what's going on over there at the MGM mansion that you can actually function as a human being? All right. listen to this. Guess what? We are going to give something away. So if you have listened to now and you're still part of our podcast, let's do it. We're gonna do this giveaway, and we may or may not have anything else. What do you got? You got anything else?
Nothing big.
Nothing big. Okay.
No.
But guess what we're gonna do? This is a premiere. This is literally the 2022 lanyard, the birthday bash lanyard. And I realize not everybody's gonna be here for the birthday bash, but we're gonna give this one away to one lucky person because you managed to hang in there and right to the very end.
Awesome.
Alex is gonna start the spinning.
Yep.
Let's. What are we gonna type in there? Broke.
We got a $2 super chat real quick for Brian.
Brian, thank you.
It says marker for 5150 Abbott. 5150 Abbott asked for a marker for a super chat.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in door sale for the giveaway. Type in door sale for the giveaway.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so door sale, and then Lauren's gonna call it when to stop. I'll pick the number, and then Alex will announce our lucky lanyard. And these, by the way, these lanyards came out so good.
They're beautiful. This is beautiful.
They're just wonderful, Lauren. They're gonna be collectible. Everyone's gonna want one. Yeah. What do you think, buddy?
Beautiful.
You know what I mean?
Very nice. High quality.
All right, it's spamming, so whenever you
Okay,
guys.
we ready?
All right, Lauren.
I'm gonna say stop.
Okay.
All right, 1 to what?
Pick a number.
From 1 to
What? Let's say 1 to 20. I think.
1
it
to
looks like.
20.
Yeah.
Right in the middle. Let's go for 10. Squeeze play.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thomas Courtney, congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, Thomas. Make sure to give. Don't do it in public.
Oh, right.
Alex,
right.
what are you gonna do? You're gonna message him, and then he can.
Yeah. What is it? Admin at mycasinoquest.com.
Yeah,
right?
info. Admin at mycasinoquest.com or info at CEG Dealer School. Let us know what your address is, and we'll send this off easy peasy. You'll have your very own lanyard. If you're here for the party, everybody gets a lanyard. And we can have prizes. Oh, we got some great glitter prizes. You're going to see me and Alex in our tacky suits. Lauren's just going to come as herself.
I might.
How tacky is that?
It's very tacky.
Do you have a tacky suit? Are you ready to go?
I don't have a tacky suit.
Oh my God! What's the matter with you? You've been
never
in
needed
Vegas
a
all
tacky
these
suit
years.
before.
You never needed a tacky
No,
suit.
but I can always rent like a bunny suit or something.
Oh my God!
And I mean like an Easter bunny suit. I wasn't like.
You weren't thinking like because
No.
you know what went in my head? Those old Rio outfits.
Oh right.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Those are smoking.
Yeah,
dude.
but
Those
not
are
on somebody like me.
Yeah.
No.
That was
No.
yeah. Like Ingolstadt days, IP days. He'd be like, "Listen, you got to fit into this.
Yeah.
This is the only way you can be a cocktail waitress.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I need appetizers.
I don't think that's legal anymore.
No, that's not legal. They'd all be fired, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd all be put in jail.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I mean, the world
Yeah.
has changed. They would not have
So
existed
much.
as human beings.
Right.
Because they were
Right.
gross, by the way.
Right.
They were so gross.
Right.
I mean, the things that I witnessed. You know what I mean? Just
Me
gross.
too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And what can
oh,
you do?
yeah.
You can do a whole lot. But
Oh, yeah.
anyways, all right. We could go on about
Those
going
are
broke
stories
for weeks.
for another podcast.
I gotta do going dead. Can I do going druggy or can I do going full on meth? I gotta one of these days
we
gonna
can
have the
do
meth
all
stories.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're going out and play Keno and slots. Have they got back to us some slots? And then we're gonna wish everybody goodbye.
Yeah, one more super chat for you. Let go.
All right, thank you.
One more.
I hope you enjoyed our little chat here. And we love you guys. We can't wait to see you all. Don't forget CasinoQuest.biz if you'd like to book a reservation. Shop CasinoQuest.com if you like the little spinny rings we've got with the dice. We got a gold one. We got a little one with the double dice. But anyways, there you go. All right. And we got these brand new shirts.
That's right. The brand new shirts.
Huggies.
I'll tell you what, this ring that I got a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it so much. I play with it constantly. I love
that
it.
finger, you're working
I love
that
it.
finger over?
I work that finger all the time. And I've had several of my players ask about the ring too.
Yeah,
where do I get that?
And it's important to know that we get it. It's a quality ring.
It is.
They're not all the same. If you look for these, you'll find that some of them are crap.
Yeah.
Not all, but not ours. Ours are actually.
Yeah.
We went through a really good manufacturer. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much. See you next time. Next Tuesday, 6 p.m. And this will be up on Shopify someday, somehow. Or not Shopify. What's that?
Spotify.
I'm getting sold. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.